What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan. I'm BMax45, and we're coming at you with another video. We have our final deck profile for the EX10 format. This is our red-black BlackWarGreymon deck with the new BlackWarGreymon Ace. It's such a fierce card. I got to face it during the regionals in a Dark Masters Ace deck, and I wasn't originally planning on doing this deck, but it's such a fun card that I thought, I got kind of tired of Omnimon. I decided I'm going to take it apart and let's try out this deck and see what we can build for this deck as a pure build. And so we're just going to be here. BT23 is coming up pretty soon. So actually, by the time this deck profile goes live, it's probably like a week before pre-release. So let's get into it. Let's talk about this deck, what we came up with for the build, and how we're liking it so far, and how we're playing it. And as always, hope you guys enjoy. Hey, and if you do enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. All right, well, we're starting off with our Digi-Eggs, and we are playing 4 copies of the Coromon from EX10, which is all turns, once per turn. When attack targets change, draw once. This is really good because you have raid, you have blocker, so you have plenty of ways of making this go off on both opponents' turn. And honestly, a lot of the abilities that this deck plays, it goes off on your opponent's turn. You basically wait until your opponent can do something, and then you trash them for it. So that's really, really good. Getting into our rookies here, we play 4 copies of the Agumon from ST15, which has all turns, once per turn when attack target is changed, switched, gain 1 memory, inheritable. He also says you start a main if your opponent has a Digimon gain a memory, so it always gives you more memory at the start of the turn. Digivolves on a Coromon for 0. Next Agumon we play is BT12 Searcher Agumon, the best Searcher Agumon on play, reveal top 3, add a card with Greymon or Omnimon in its name, and 1 Tamer card with Tai Kamiya. Put the rest on the bottom. All turns inheritable, plus 1,000 if this Digimon has Greymon or Omnimon in it, and it digivolves on Coromon for 0. We also play 3 copies of the Agumon X-Antibody, the black Agumon X-Antibody from BT11, which digivolves on an Agumon for 0. Play cost 4, so it's not great to play, but on play when digivolving, reveal top 3, add 1 card with Greymon or X-Antibody in its name, and 1 black Tamer card among them to your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of the deck. This is really cool because it adds a black Tamer, so we actually have other black Tamers in this deck that we would like to be able to add, so it helps you search that. Or searches your black ties, as well as you either get a Greymon piece or you can get any piece with X-Antibody in its name. So that's, X-Antibody, or, you can add itself because it has X-Antibody in its name. So your Greymon X-Antibody, it adds a lot of different pieces. So that's really kind of cool. And then it's all turns inheritable when this Digimon with Greymon or Omnimon in its name would be deleted or returned to the hand or deck by an effect by placing 1 X-Antibody from this Digimon's digital twin cards at the bottom of the owner's deck. Prevent that Digimon from leaving play, so really, really good. Just sacrificing your X-Antibody to basically stop your card from leaving the field. 2 copies of the new Agumon from EX10, which has all turns inheritable. This Digimon gets plus 1,000. It also has Digivolves on Coromon for cost 0 or on a level 2 for cost 1, either red or black. And then, start of your main phase, you may return 1 virus trait Digimon card with Greymon in its name from the trash to the hand. So that's really, really good as well. Gets back all your pieces that you need, which can be very important late game, which is why we only play 2 of it, because it's better late game. That's it. 12 rookies. Going into our champions, we're playing 3 of the ST15 Greymon, which has the same inheritable when attack target is switched, gain a memory all turns, which we can get easily in this deck. Digivolves on Agumon, level 3 with Agumon and name for cost 2. Security ability, if it gets hit out of security, you may play an Agumon or a Tamer card with Tai Kamiya from your hand or trash without paying the cost. It's also got blocker, which is good as well. Got 2 copies of the Greymon from BT12 that when digivolving, if you don't have a Tamer with Tai Kamiya in its name, you may play 1 Tamer with Tai in its name without paying the cost. Digivolves for 2 on an Agumon level 3 again. And all turns plus 1,000 inheritable if your guy has Greymon or Omnimon in name. The new 2 of the new Greymon, which has an all turns plus 1,000 inheritable. It also has raid, and then on play when digivolving, 1 Digimon gets plus 3,000 DP until your opponent's turn ends. So super buffs. And it digivolves on again on an Agumon, level 3 with Agumon and name for cost 2. And lastly, we play 2 copies of the Greymon X-Antibody, which has protection. So all turns, if this Digimon is Greymon or Omnimon in its name, an effect would delete it or return it to the hand or deck. You can trash 2 cards of the same level to stop that from leaving play. So that's one alternative, especially if you have the 2 level 3s. You can trash those first and then save one more, you can have one more thing of protection with your 2 level 4s and your level 5s too. So you can have multiple cases of protection with this. We also have 1 copy of this guy, which is limited to 1 because he's so good. He has the same protection as Agumon X-Antibody, which is you can basically put a X-Antibody from your Digivolution cards on the bottom of the deck to prevent it from leaving play, hand or deck, or deleted by an effect. So the same kind of protection, but also your turn ability. When this Digimon would Digivolve into a card with Greymon in its name, reduce the cost by 1 for each of that card's colors. So all of our level 5s pretty much are dual colors, so you can Digivolve for 1 on top of him, which is always really good, and why this card is at 1. And he Digivolves for 0 on a Greymon, so even better. We play... that's it for our champions, which is, I think, 10. Yeah, 10 champions. Getting into our level 5s, we're playing 4 copies of the brand new BlackWarGreymon, which has Reboot, Digivolves from a Greymon for cost 3. On play when Digivolving, give one of your opponent's Digimon collision, and start your main phase, this Digimon attacks until their turn ends. So that's really great, because it basically sets up your ace play super good. And then opponent's turn, once per turn, when attack target's changed, if this Digimon has Greymon in its name, trash your opponent's top security card. So basically when you ace into him, you end up blocking and then automatically stripping one of their cards, which is really, really good. We also play 3 copies of the BlackWarGreymon X-Antibody, which has the when Digivolving, Digivolves from BlackWarGreymon for 1. When Digivolving until the end of your opponent's turn, this Digimon can't have its DP reduced by your opponent's effects and isn't affected by digital effects as well. And then if BlackWarGreymon or X-Antibodies in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less. Kind of alright, just pop something small. And then its inheritables, when this Digimon becomes unsuspended on your opponent's turn, if this Digimon has Greymon or Omnimon in its name, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So, again, really, really good. Getting rid of security on your opponent's turn, just trashing all your opponent's security on their turn, which is really detrimental to them. You can potentially get 2 hits out of this real easy. And then we also have 1 copy of Ulteriorist mode. It just gives you more DP, and it if you have a Tamer in play, when Digivolving, it pops something. Digirolls on BlackWarGreymon for 0, gets you more draws. It's also treated as being BlackWarGreymon, so it's so you could actually, I think you could probably, it's treated as BlackWarGreymon, so you could Digivolve again into the other guy too, and just have more layers of protection, because he has the same protection ability as the red Greymon X-Antibody to detach 2 same level sources for when it would be deleted or leave to the hand or the deck. And then that is it for our level 5s, just the 8. Going into our megas, of course, we're playing 3 copies of the new BlackWarGreymon Ace. Such a good card. It has Raid, Reboot, Blocker, Blast, Digivolve. On play when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's play cost 7 or lower Digimon or Tamers. So good. And then while your opponent has a Digimon with 13,000 DP or more, your opponent's Digimon effects don't affect this Digimon, and it gets plus 3,000 DP. So good. It's just so good. And then we play, and so like when you play this guy, you can then instantly, your opponent has to attack because of the BlackWarGreymon. You blast into this guy, you pop something that they need on the board, like their Tamers, and then you just block into the body that, and you trash their top security card. It's so good. It's just really, really good. And then we play 2 copies of Gaiomon. Gaiomon, of course, is also treated as having Greymon in its name. Digivolves 2 from BlackWarGreymon or 5 on a level 5. Of course, you can reduce this with Proto Form, which we do play in the deck and make it a lot cheaper. Security attack +1. Reboot. When Digivolving, if this Digimon has a black Digivolution card, de-digivolve 1, and if it has a red Digivolution card, which you're always going to have, it gains Blitz. So again, it's more of an aggressive option for the deck instead of control. And of course, we also play one copy of BlackWarGreymon X-Antibody, which digivolves on BlackWarGrey for 2. Again, Pro Form can make it 1. It has Reboot. It has your opponent's turn once per turn. When your opponent's Digimon with the highest DP attacks, you may switch the target of the attack to this Digimon. And it's also got, so it switches, so if you switch all of your abilities, like your memory gain abilities go off, your trash abilities go off when when attack target is switched, and so you get lots of abilities. Of course, the reboot at the start of the turn will make your abilities go off as well. It's not as good as it used to be, but it's still good in certain circumstances, which is why I like playing one of it. It also has the opponent's turn once per turn when a Digimon becomes unsuspended. If the Digimon has BlackWarGreymon or X-Antibody Digivolution cards, you may delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest play cost. So when he reboots at the start of the turn, after he kind of forces your opponent to potentially, kill him. So that's always really, really good. And then, potentially forcing your opponent to attack. There's a lot of protection there, especially with other cards that we play in the deck. So I like one copy of it. And then last, for our Digimon, we play 2 copies of Omnimon X-Antibody. It has Raid, Piercing, and Blocker. Because you have Proto Form, you can have its on-play when digivolving ability, but it's not as important as the end of your turn ability, which is once per turn. One of your Digimon may gain Rush and then attack without suspending. So this is there to basically get you game when you have enough attacks to clear security, but not enough to win for game. You can just play into this and basically attack while suspended and win the game. So it's just a couple copies for consistency to get to this card so that you can basically finish the game. So that is it for our Digimon. We also have some tamers and some options we play in the deck we'll get into next. 2 copies of Yukio Kamashiro. Start your main if your opponent has a Digimon gain memory, which is always really good. And then all turns when attack targets change, which this deck does a lot, by suspending this tamer for the turn your opponent's Digimon effects don't affect one of your Digimon with Greymon in its name or the CS trait, and it gets plus 3,000 DP. So another form of protection, another DP boost. The inheritable doesn't really ever go off because it's not an eater deck. We also play 2 copies of the ST15 tie, which is a memory tamer, and then all turns when attack target switched by suspending this tamer, you can draw 1 and give plus 2,000 to one of your Digimon till the end of the turn. So that's really, really good, and helps you get to your pieces faster and make use of this deck kind of playing on your opponent's turn. And then I didn't think we needed 3 of that tie, so I decided I was going to try 1 starter deck tie, security attack plus 1, just for more aggression in the deck. 1 copy of that. It's also a memory tamer, so whichever one you get out, it's like whatever. Because the tamer is good, but it's not, life or death. Then getting into the options, we play 1 copy of Hades Force. Security, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the highest play cost. If you have a Digimon with X-Antibody and its Digivolution cards, you can reduce the play cost by 2 when you play it. And then you may choose any number of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers whose combined total equals less than or equal to the play cost of one of your Digimon with Greymon in name, and delete all of the chosen cards. Then one of your Digimon with Greymon in its name may attack a player, so allowing your Digimon to attack afterwards. Plus, black. I mean, it doesn't with him. It's not as good because he's only play cost 7. But like if you have your X-Antibody out there, he's play cost 13. Gaimon, I think, is up there at play cost 12 or 13, so you can do some pretty good damage. We also play 1 copy of Trident Arm, which has security de-digivolve 3, one of your opponent's Digimon, and then its main ability is de-digivolve 3, one of your opponent's Digimon. Then until the end of your opponent's turn, one of your Digimon gains start of your main phase. One of your opponent's Digimon gains start of your main phase. This Digimon attacks. So, and for 6, you can basically cause the same scenario as with your Metal Greymon. So that's really good too. We play 2 copies of Garnet Memory Boost. Black also meets its requirements. You reveal top 3, add a red or a black to your Digimon to your hand, place the rest on the bottom, and then delay gain 2 memory. 1 copy of Black Scramble. It's really good going into your level 5s for 2 costs, or potentially reducing the amount you pay as well for your level 6 Digivolutions, which is always really, really good. And then having that ability to put a piece back on top of your deck, draw into it, and then play an Agumon at the start of main can be really good as well. And then lastly, 2 copies of Protoform. Protoform is better in this deck because you don't really need to always attack at the end of your turn. Sometimes you want to just wait till your opponent's turn and then basically stall them out or make them not play. So this is nicer to reduce costs, and then because it gets you pieces back when your stack does die. So that's really good. We like 2 copies of that. And that is the deck, guys. That's everything we have in there. Tell me what you guys think about this. BlackWarGreymon is such a cool card. I even like the whole Yuko of it all, adding that extra layer of protection, especially if you're doing your job and your opponent can't put like a 13,000 DP monster on there. It's cool that you got that too as a secondary option. Really strong cards and really strong lineup. And it's kind of cool because it is a really controlled deck with the potential to have a little bit aggro, which is always kind of good. And I'm liking the playstyle so far. I think it's really cool, and this is such an amazing card. I honestly think that it could be problem in certain decks in the future. But let me know your guys' thoughts about all this down below. Tell me if you like the deck profile. What do you thought about it? What do you think we could have done better? As always, and it looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day, and that's all for now, folks.